Stress. It's a word we hear all the time, but what does it really mean? Stress is a natural part of being human, and it's something that everyone experiences at some point in their lives. Whether you're a student facing exams, a parent juggling work and family, or someone simply trying to keep up with daily responsibilities, stress can show up in many different ways. It's that feeling that creeps in when life feels a little too much, when the demands on your time, energy, or emotions seem to outweigh your ability to cope. We all feel it sometimes. It doesn't matter who you are, where you live, or what you do, stress is a universal experience. You might notice it when you're running late for an important meeting, or when you're trying to balance a busy schedule. Sometimes it's a fleeting moment of worry, and other times it lingers, making everything feel just a bit harder. It's that feeling of being overwhelmed, like you can't cope. Maybe your heart beats a little faster, your mind races with thoughts, or you feel a knot in your stomach. Stress can make even simple tasks feel impossible, and it can leave you feeling drained, frustrated, or even hopeless. It's as if you're carrying a heavy backpack that just keeps getting heavier with every new challenge. Imagine a rubber band stretched too tight. At first it can handle the tension, but if you keep pulling, eventually it might snap. That's what stress can do to us if we don't find ways to release the pressure. Our minds and bodies are designed to handle a certain amount of stress, but too much for too long can lead to problems. That's what stress feels like inside us. It can show up as headaches, trouble sleeping, or even aches and pains in your body. Sometimes you might feel irritable or find it hard to concentrate. These are all signs that your body is responding to stress, trying to tell you that something needs to change. Our bodies are designed to handle stress in small doses. In fact, a little bit of stress can actually be helpful. It can give us the energy and focus we need to meet a deadline, perform well in a competition, or react quickly in a dangerous situation. This is known as the fight or flight response, and it's an important part of how we survive and adapt. Think about a time you felt excited or challenged. Maybe you were about to give a big presentation, start a new job, or try something you've never done before. That rush of adrenaline, the butterflies in your stomach, the sense of anticipation, these are all signs of short-term stress. In these moments, stress can actually help you perform at your best, pushing you to focus, work harder, and achieve your goals. That's short-term stress, and it can be helpful. It motivates us, helps us grow, and gives us the drive to overcome obstacles. When we succeed, we feel a sense of accomplishment and relief. These positive experiences with stress can build our confidence and resilience, making us better equipped to handle future challenges. But when stress sticks around too long, it becomes a problem. If you're constantly feeling tense, worried, or overwhelmed, your body and mind never get a chance to recover. This kind of ongoing or chronic stress can wear you down over time. It can affect your sleep, your mood, your relationships, and even your physical health. Long-term stress can impact our health, our happiness, and our lives. It's linked to problems like high blood pressure, heart disease, anxiety, and depression. It can make it harder to enjoy the things you love, and it can strain your relationships with family and friends. That's why it's so important to recognize when stress is becoming too much, and to take steps to manage it before it takes a toll. The good news? We can learn to manage stress and feel better. There are simple, practical tools and strategies that anyone can use to reduce stress and build resilience. Whether it's taking a few deep breaths, talking to someone you trust, or making time for activities you enjoy, small changes can make a big difference. This essay will give you simple tools to understand and manage your stress. Together, we'll explore what stress is, why it happens, and how you can take control. Let's get started on the journey to a calmer, healthier, and happier you. Stress can come from anywhere. It's a part of life that everyone experiences, no matter who you are or where you come from. Sometimes stress sneaks up on us in ways we don't expect, and other times it hits us all at once. It can be triggered by big changes, small annoyances, or even just the pressure to keep up with daily life. Understanding where stress comes from is the first step in learning how to handle it. Sometimes it's big life events, like moving to a new city, starting a new job, or even graduating from school. These moments can be exciting, but they also bring uncertainty and new responsibilities. The process of adjusting to a new environment, meeting new people, and learning new routines can be overwhelming. Even positive changes can create stress because they push us out of our comfort zones and force us to adapt quickly. Other times, it's everyday things that pile up. The little things, like running late, forgetting an appointment, or having a long list of chores, can add up until they feel like too much to handle. When we try to juggle too many responsibilities at once, it's easy to feel like we're losing control. Even things that seem minor on their own can become major sources of stress when they happen all at once. School is a big one, especially for young people. The pressure to do well in classes, keep up with homework, and prepare for exams can be intense. Students often feel like they have to meet high expectations from teachers, parents, and even themselves. The fear of falling behind or not measuring up can make school a major source of stress. Exams, homework, fitting in. It's a lot for young minds. Social pressures can be just as stressful as academic ones. Trying to make friends, dealing with peer pressure, or feeling left out can all take a toll. For many students, balancing schoolwork with extracurricular activities, part-time jobs, and family responsibilities can feel overwhelming. It's important to remember that these feelings are normal, and you're not alone in experiencing them. Work can be stressful too, with deadlines and pressure to succeed. Whether you're just starting out in your career or you've been working for years, the demands of the workplace can be tough. Meeting targets, handling difficult co-workers, and trying to balance work with personal life can all contribute to stress. Sometimes, the fear of making mistakes or not living up to expectations can make work feel overwhelming. Family problems, like arguments or illness, can weigh us down. When there's tension at home, it can be hard to relax or feel safe. Family members might disagree, or someone might be going through a tough time with their health. These situations can create a lot of emotional stress, especially when you care deeply about the people involved. Sometimes just trying to support a loved one can be stressful in itself. Money worries are another common stressor. Financial problems can make it hard to focus on anything else. Whether it's struggling to pay bills, worrying about debt, or not having enough to cover basic needs, money issues can cause a lot of anxiety. The uncertainty of not knowing how you'll make ends meet can keep you up at night and affect your mood during the day. It's hard to relax when you're worried about bills. The stress of financial uncertainty can affect your relationships, your work, and even your health. It can make you feel isolated or embarrassed, but it's important to remember that many people face these challenges at some point in their lives. And let's not forget health. Dealing with illness or injury, whether it's your own or someone you care about, can be incredibly stressful. Health problems can disrupt your daily routine, limit your independence, and create worries about the future. Even minor illnesses can be stressful if they keep you from doing the things you enjoy. Being sick or injured is stressful, both physically and emotionally. The pain, discomfort, and uncertainty that come with health issues can make it hard to stay positive. Sometimes the stress of recovery can be just as challenging as the illness itself. It's important to give yourself time to heal and to ask for help when you need it. Recognizing these common causes of stress is the first step to managing them. By understanding what triggers your stress, you can start to find healthy ways to cope. Remember, everyone experiences stress differently, and what feels overwhelming to one person might not bother someone else. The key is to be kind to yourself, reach out for support when you need it, and take small steps toward feeling better. Stress is a normal part of life, but with the right tools and support, you can learn to manage it and take care of your well-being. Our bodies are smart. They send us signals when we're stressed, even if we don't realize it. Learning to recognize these signals is key to managing stress. Ever notice your heart racing when you're anxious? That's stress. Headaches, muscle tension, and stomach aches are also common physical signs. Stress affects our minds too. You might feel irritable, overwhelmed, or have trouble concentrating. Some people experience difficulty sleeping or changes in appetite. Ignoring these signs only makes things worse. Pay attention to your body and mind. They're trying to tell you something. We've talked about big sources of stress like major life changes or overwhelming responsibilities. But what about the everyday things that trigger us? Sometimes it's not the big events that weigh us down the most, but the small repeated moments that build up over time. These daily triggers can sneak up on us, quietly adding to our stress levels until we suddenly feel overwhelmed. Recognizing these triggers is the first step toward taking back control of your emotional well-being. Identifying your personal stresses is crucial for managing them. Everyone's triggers are different, and what might bother one person could be no big deal to someone else. That's why it's important to take some time to reflect on your own experiences. You might find it helpful to keep a journal or talk things through with someone you trust, like a friend, family member, or counselor. Writing down your thoughts and feelings can help you spot patterns and notice what situations or people tend to make you feel tense or anxious. Imagine this. Your alarm doesn't go off, you wake up late, and suddenly you're rushing to get ready for school. You barely have time to grab breakfast, and as you run out the door, you realize you've missed the bus. Now you're left scrambling to figure out how to get to school, and your whole day feels off balance before it's even really started. It's a stressful situation, and it all began with a small trigger, an alarm that didn't ring. That's a recipe for a stressful morning. And it's not just about being late. The rush, the frustration, and the feeling of being unprepared can stick with you for hours, making it harder to focus and enjoy your day. These kinds of moments can set the tone for everything that follows, so it's important to recognize them and think about how you might prevent them in the future. Or maybe it's the constant notifications on your phone that leave you feeling overwhelmed. Every buzz, beep, or alert can pull your attention away from what you're doing, making it hard to concentrate or relax. Over time, this constant stream of information can make you feel like you're always on, never able to fully unwind. It's easy to underestimate how much these little interruptions can add up, but they can be a major source of stress if you don't set boundaries. Even seemingly small things, like a messy room or a disagreement with a friend, can contribute to stress. Maybe you walk into your bedroom and see clothes scattered everywhere, or you remember a tense conversation you had earlier in the day. These things might not seem like a big deal on their own, but together they can create a sense of chaos and unease. Clutter in your environment can make it harder to think clearly, while unresolved conflicts can weigh on your mind and affect your mood. Take a moment to think about your day. When do you feel your shoulders tense up, or your heart beat a little faster? Is it when you're running late, when your phone won't stop buzzing, or when you walk into a messy space? Maybe it's after a tough conversation, or when you're faced with a long to-do list. These are all clues that can help you identify your personal stress triggers. What are the little things that cause you to feel stressed? Try to notice the moments when your mood shifts or your energy drops. You might even want to make a checklist of common stresses in your life, so you can start to see patterns. Are there certain times of day, places, or people that tend to make you feel more anxious or frustrated? The more aware you are of your triggers, the better prepared you'll be to handle them. Once you know your triggers, you can start to find ways to avoid or minimize them. Maybe you set your alarm a little earlier, turn off unnecessary notifications, or spend a few minutes each day tidying up your space. You might also practice deep breathing or mindfulness to help you stay calm when things get hectic. Remember, recognizing your triggers isn't about blaming yourself or others. It's about understanding what affects you so you can take positive steps to protect your well-being. By paying attention to the small things, you can make a big difference in how you feel each day.